She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, today I'll be doing a crochet style, and this is the hair that I will be using. And this is 10-inch pre-looped crochet boho braids with human hair curls, so that just helps it to last a little bit longer than if it was synthetic curls. And this hair is from Ywigs. I did get a total of 4 packs, and I did use all 4 packs for this style. Each pack of hair does come with 40 braids. And of course, the link to this hair will be down in the description below. Okay, so for this braid pattern, I wanted to try out something new. So in this front section, I am splitting her hair down the middle, and then I am just dividing her front section about just a few inches. And I am doing the individual illusion braid pattern here in the front. I've done this before. I'll link another video down below if you guys want to see something a little bit more in depth. But for the most part, I am just creating these boxes and connecting each braid in a row. So for this first row, I have 2 boxes, which I am going to plait each box as an individual braid. And then once I braid it a couple inches, then I will go to the next box and start braiding that individually, and then I will connect that first box to the second box. So I just continue to do that on every row. I did do a total of 10 rows in the front. So as you guys could see in the beginning, I parted her hair down the middle in half. So the left side had 5 rows and the right side had 5 rows. So 10 rows total, and majority of the rows looks like had 3 boxes. So once I did the individual illusion braid pattern in the back, I am actually trying Mara's Crochet Beader hack. If you have not seen it, I will link her video down below to check out. This is where I got the idea from, and it's pretty much a good DIY crochet hack that will save you a lot of time. Now, one thing I did realize, and you want to keep in mind when you're making your plaits, make sure your plaits, your braids, are not much bigger than the pre-looped hole on your crochet braid that you're using. So see that hole? Make sure that the braid you create is not bigger than that hole, otherwise it's not going to fit in. Some crochet hair, depending on what you use, can stretch. You can stretch the holes. Some crochet braid that's pre-looped, you're not able to stretch. And I will say with this braid that I'm using, since it is an actual braid, there's not really much room to get this hole to stretch a whole lot. So again, just make sure you're paying attention to the braid size that you're making. I wasn't able to do them too big, otherwise the crochet loop was not going to fit in there. Now this is where gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to put away the front section braids. So I went ahead and just braided it like so, but to be honest, if I did this again, I probably would try to find a different way to put away the braids in the front. Because my client's hair is super thick, the more plaits that I'm adding to this braid that I'm doing here, the thicker the braid was getting. And then once I actually did the full braid, it was just a big old lump right there in the front. So I would try to avoid that. I think you may be able to get away with it if your hair is maybe thinner, because then the braid won't be as thick in that top section. Or maybe try to do the individual illusion a little further back, so that way it's not just right at the top of the head. But this is what it's looking like so far. And then these are all the plaits that I did. I gave her 6 rows of plaits and she got 12 plaits total. And again, the sizing of that just went based off of her hair thickness and just making sure that it was not thicker than the loop of the crochet hair that I'm using. So then I just put a rubber band on that top braid section, braided it down, and that's just going to lay flat up against her hair, and all the other braids will cover that braid and go over it. Now, like I said, y'all, this part, I really did not know what I was doing. I'm just freestyling here, okay? But now you're going to need a beader that looks like this, and I would say get a big one, not those little itty bitty beaters that come with beads, but an actual big beader. And then you're just going to stick your crochet hair through the beader depending on how many pieces you want to go with at a time. I think I did 9. And then you just put your braid through the loop of the beader and pull the crochet hair all the way through. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now you just take the 2 braids and bring them together and place a rubber band right in the center of them. And you just lay the braids flat, and so it should look just like that. And you're just going to continue doing the same thing on each row. And then each braid that I did above, I just hid it or tucked it under the braid below it, just like that. Okay, and this is what I got. Now I think everything looks fine except just that top part. Like I said, if the hair was a little bit thinner, of course, you know, you wouldn't have that lump. Also, I think that if the hair was longer, it probably would have been a little bit easier to hide. So I think if you're working with much longer crochet hair, then you might not even be worried about that part. That part might be a lot easier to hide. And then for the front section, now I am just crocheting in the braids into the individual illusion braid pattern part, and I'm just filling in the gaps then after, and just trying to make it look as full as possible. And just because it did look a little bulky for me, I did do a half up, half down style to try to cover up, I guess, the bulky look and not look so bulky, kind of make it look intentional, I guess, is what I was going for. But comment down below, let me know if you've seen Mara's hack and if you've tried it. Did you have success with it? Leave it down in the comments. I'm sure others would be interested in knowing, and then how did you achieve, you know, yours. So this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to take down the back part, and I did do the rest of it as the individual illusion braid pattern. As you guys can see, the bottom 2 rows have the individual plaits, as well as these 2 individual plaits on the side, and that just goes into the braids that are going straight down. And then of course the front was the individual illusion braid pattern that I showed you guys in the beginning. I did not take that out, and I'm just going to continue with crocheting in the hair now, and I'm just crocheting each braid to each box in the individual section of it. And then when I get to the braid part, I'm just kind of freestyling and, you know, covering up, filling in the gaps and making it look as full as possible and trying to cover the braid. I'm putting it up here and showing you guys how it looks like when it's up, because I apologize, I forgot to put it up at the end. So but yeah, so this part I'm just filling in the gaps and putting in the braids, crocheting in the braids in her cornrows. Now we know with crochet styles, typically they tend to only last a couple weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks. 4 weeks can be a stretch. But the good thing about this hair is that because they have human hair curls, when you take them out, you can actually reuse them, and you can wash it and reinstall it, and so it'll last longer in that way. But this is the final result of the crochet look. And again, the hair is from Ywigs. Link is down in the description below. Thank you to them for sending me this hair. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, let me know if you guys have tried Mara's hack and how you liked it. And I'll talk to you guys in my next one. I hope you guys be blessed, stay protected, and stay filled with love and peace.